Hello there, beautiful humans, and welcome to the video. It's rained a lot overnight, and I'm going to take another run at that little area by the woodshed just to see if the moisture in the soil is going to make any difference to the signals. So why don't you come along and we'll see what we can find. Well, so far it's just been iron signals. I've been pulling more rusty nails, but they sure are popping more than they did before the rain. And then I got a slamming overload signal, and look what it is. It's a horseshoe. I don't think I can count this as a metal detecting find, though, because I know for a fact that this horseshoe has been hanging over on the TV mast for many, many, many years, and I guess it just got dislodged. So maybe I'll take that in and say I found it, but we all know the truth. Anyway, fun to find a horseshoe. Maybe someday I'll find one that actually came off a horse. Here's Urkel the Wonder Dog helping me dig a plug. This one chirped up higher than the typical rusty nail, and it's a first for me. Not a beer cap. It's a screw-off cap, either from, I don't know, a wine bottle or a whiskey bottle, I guess. Anyway, hey Urkel, are you going to be a metal detectorist dog someday? Thanks for helping. So there you go, my first screw cap. Yay, baby detectorist triumphs. Okay, here's Urkel. We'll check in again. It had a nice chirp on it, and I dug down about 4 inches. Yeah, and it's a bottle cap. Red, white, and blue. That could be Pepsi. But there's also a beer that I seem to recall, and I don't know, I don't drink beer, so I can't remember, but my husband will know. He'll be able to tell me. So that's kind of a neat find. I was down here by the canoe. You can hear the waves down there on the dock. So yeah, I got me a bottle cap. I tell you, this place is so full of iron. Nails, and I don't know if you can see in my pouch here. Look, nails and screws and a flattened out bottle cap. That had me going. That rang up a bit higher. I swear this place was a foundry, not a summer cottage. But if you need proof that it's a summer cottage, there it is. Oh, boating season. Gotta love it. And little baby oak trees. The squirrels must have lost some of their acorns. Okay, I'll get back to you. The next interesting thing. Well, I just pulled a bottle cap out of here, and apparently there's another signal, so I'm going to have to do a bit more digging. See who I found. Is this our little friend who was making whoopee yesterday? If so, looks like he or she is having a rest. Well deserved. I'll do my best not to disturb him, or her. Back to the plug. Well, whoop-de-doo, friends. It was another bottle cap. A 2 bottle cap spill. Oh boy, hold me back. Anyway, I figure I have to dig the trash to find the cash. I got a really weird bouncy overload signal, which obviously that was part of it, that monster spike. Here, let me put my pinpointer with it for, shush. Put my pinpointer with it for some scale. That's some serious spikage right there. But I also have another signal over here somewhere. So let's see what it is. Well, I'm not so sure what this is, but it's big, so let's dig it out together. I thought at first it was a can lid, but it isn't. Oh, it's attached. What the heck is that? Shush. My pinpointer likes my shovel. That's weird. It looks like some kind of timer, some kind of gauge. Man. Let's see if I can see any writing on it. What the heck? That looks like copper. That's obviously iron. Wow. There's a plastic knob on the end of it for setting the time. Oh man, I'm going to have to ask my hubby what that is. He might even know. Let's check the hole again real quick. Oh, that might be that. Hang on. Yeah. Oh man, what an interesting couple of things. This monster spike and this awesome thing. Wow, I wonder if I can get any detail off that dial when I clean it up. I don't know. That is cool. All right, I'll check back in with you later. There's where I pulled out that big spike, and there's where I pulled out that nifty timer thing, and I got a big fat overload signal just about a foot away. And it's a D-cell battery. Huh. The plot thickens. Could this be the battery that ran the timer? I wonder. There's nothing left in that plug, so I'll fill it in. Go on to the next. Well, I've been told by those who know that you should always check in the vicinity of a find. So there's that battery. There's the timer. There's that spike. And I got another signal right here. So let's dig it out and see what it is. Yep. We're right on the Canadian Shield here, so the granite is not far underground. Unless what I'm scraping on is my signal. How cool would that be? All right, let's see how we're placed. Oh, maybe I am. Maybe I am scraping on the signal. Let me get this open and I'll come right back. Sure enough, it was the same wonky all over pee-pee weird signal. It's another D-cell battery. And the same plastic that was in the hole with the first one, which I disregarded at the time, but I wonder. Oh, maybe that was the plastic label that wrapped around the battery. I wonder. Who knows? Anyway, I think I'm going to dispose of these properly, although they've probably leached all their uglies into the soil by now anyway. Well, I'll do what I can. Okay, very cool. I'm going to run the detector over this area of ground again before I move on. But that's neat. 4 plugs, 4 kind of interesting finds. I'm liking this metal detecting. Okay, friends, this is one I can't ignore. Listen to that. Repeatable both ways. 99, 96, 90. Oh my goodness, what is this? And really close to the surface. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to find out. Oh, that was crazy. Look, I just scraped it out with my hands. I didn't even dig. I thought it for sure was going to be a silver quarter. But look, it's a big hunk of copper pipe. Here, I'll put it with my pinpointer. Look at that. That'll be worth a dime or two. I'm very pleased with that. Huh. Oh, but that was a sweet signal. I was sure I had my first silver. Oh well, that's yet to come. Well, folks, when will I ever learn? This one rang up in the high 80s, and I just ignored it, thinking that it would just be, I don't know, a piece of some weird rogue piece of something. It turned out to to be this really cool metal. It says Ontario. Hang on. I know my gloves are thrilling for you to see, but Ontario Championship. AAU of C. Ontario Championship. Oh, dropped it. Ontario Championship AAU of C. I don't see a date. It's some kind of athletics medal. It's still got the hanging ring on it. That rang up sweet. I guess it's copper or brass. Still got some of the gilt on it, on the shield, a little bit behind it. Wow. I'm going to have to check in with my husband and see if he knows anything about that. Huh. And that was right here by the Queen Mary. See, the sun's come out. We've got diamond water. Oh, I love it. Huh. Well, that's nice. I'm going to have to learn to dig these high tones live, whatever they are, and just eat my humble pie if it turns out to be junk. Well, that's going in the good section of the pouch. Oh man, is that a snake hole? And look where my target is. Well, this should be interesting. Man, was this a crazy signal. Look at the size of it. And it is absolutely streaming with ants. Ah, gross. I guess they made their nest in there. I don't know what this is. It's a big old square profile hollow. Here's my pinpointer for scale. That's a heck of a thing. Not putting that in my pouch. No way. That was a huge overload signal. It just meant nothing to me, but it was like, okay, dig or doubt. So I dug, and there it is. Sorry, ants, but yeah, there's just too many of you for my taste. So I'm just going to leave this be for a while. Chicken. Okay, on to the next target. Folks, just down a little bit from that great big piece of yellow square profile tubing, and I got another huge overload signal here. I have no idea what it is, but listen. It's hollow. That's an interesting signal. So I'm going to dig and we'll see. Stand by. Okay, so it was a big old can. This, I don't know what was in it. Oh, maybe that's the paint lining. Oh, how weird is that? You know, like in bean cans, the inside is white. I guess to prevent chemical reaction with the metal. Huh. Interesting. That's a big old can. Look at that. That's like the size of a tomatoes can. But look, there's a pipe. There's like a green garden hose. Should I follow that? I kind of think I should. We'll see. Stay tuned. Well, I hauled on that hose pipe just to see where it went. It went all around in a circle here, right under my knees and back into this hole. And that piece of PVC pipe was just back here behind me. So there's the can, that's the hole it was in, and there's the hose pipe. I was dearly hoping that it wasn't part of the water system for the cottage. I hoped we were more advanced than that, but I only married into this cottage about 11 years ago, so a lot went on that I don't know about. But I'm finding out about it because I'm digging it out of the ground. That's very exciting. So I'm just about done. My back's starting to hurt, but I've got this wee bit to do down toward the shore, so I just want to go over this while the ground is still moist, and we'll see what kind of targets it pops that I missed before. Like hose pipes. I chased this one thinking it might be a bottle cap. Can you see it? Okay. It's on a chain or something. Ooh. I'll dig carefully around it and see. I bet you it's a fish lure. Oh, where is it now? Oh my Lord. What is this? That looks like wire. I mean, that looks like electrical wire, and there's a lead that goes this way. What the heck? Am I going to get myself electrocuted? Will I give my life for metal detecting? I doubt it. I don't want to break this. Look at this. Okay, well, I'll just continue to dig. Fortunately, down here near the shore, the soil is really sandy, and there's a lot of depth of pine straw, so it's soft. Oh, you know what? That's a root. That what I thought was a wire is just a root. Okay, well, so far, the root is growing right through it. Okay, I'm just going to yank this up. There. Wow, that was interesting. Okay, now what have we got here? What does this say? British French patent. U.S. pending. 3. Wow, I cannot quite make that out. Three-ply? No. No, that's not what that says. Huh. Look at that. And that root grew right through it. Huh. That is cool. I'm glad I followed that signal. Huh. See where we are? That's the top of the dock right there. And here's the Queen Mary. So it wouldn't surprise me if this is one of Joe's old fish lures. But I don't see where the hook would go, unless right on that little loop. Huh. So cool. All right, into the good pouch it goes. And I'll fill in my divot. And I'll see if we can get down to the shore before supper time. I believe this to be a penny signal. $66, $67. It's saying it's 1 inch down. But in this pine straw, it could be almost anything. So I'm just going to see what it is live. Let's do this. Ooh, the pinpointer likes it off the crack. Okay. Wouldn't it be nice if this were my only coin? I mean, I'd love it if there were more coins. But just to get a coin on this hunt would be grand. So, pardon me, little planty. You are to become part of a plug. Not much root space for you anyway. There's not much soil. Okay, well. Oh, shut up, pinpointer. It's not a coin. Holy moly. That's a big old hunk of aluminum. I'm pretty sure that's off that TV mast right there. See, a lot of the fins are gone, or veins, or whatever you call them. All right then. Well, isn't that interesting? And that was it. Huh. No penny for me. But a big, long chunk of aluminum. I'll take it. Heck, that thing's like, what, 8 inches long? Huh. Very cool. I must say, filling in plugs in cottage country is a snap. Tamp down the soil, scatter a bit of pine straw, and you are good to go. All right, well, that was fun. See you in a bit. Okay, folks, here's another penny signal, and Urkel is guarding it for me. Let me find it now. 65, 66. Works both ways. Two inches down. Well, let's see. I know I'm in my own light. Let me move over here. Okay. Hi, Urkel. You're cute. Well, shoot now. Where'd it go? All right, let me check it again with the detector. Okay. Should be around here. The pointer doesn't want it. Let's give it a dig and see what happens. How to dig. Yeah, Urkel's a good dog. He was a rescued stray. Poor little devil was on the streets for a long time. He was so matted that his skin broke out. Poor little fellow. He's all right now. Okay, there's my signal. I have a tendency to cut my plug a little forward, so I'm going to flip that back. Cut a new one here. Urkel is interested in metal detecting. Okay, let's see. The detector's picking up his collar. How cute is that? Okay, well, this is frustrating. Buddy, I'm going to move that. You're interfering with my listening. I think the detector lied. I don't think it's any 2 inches down. Oh, it's in the plug. Nope, that was my cord. Shoot. Oh, I hate to have to turn off and switch on again. Let's see what I can do. No, I've lost the signal. I'll switch off and come back to you. And after all that, it was a little wad of foil. Arg! That's just embarrassing. Man, you seasoned detectorists must just be laughing yourself silly. Anyway, I guess you did this sort of boneheaded stuff too. Thanks for sticking with me. Well, can you believe it? There's the plug I just finished up. I was just swinging my way back up to the cottage to have a shower and rest my weary bones, and I got that same signal. And when I was flicking around in the pine straw, I flicked out a green penny. Dang. I got my coin after all. And there's the queen. And she looks fairly young, not the youngest. This is like the 1960s queen. As as opposed to the 1950s queen. This is the queen who had children. Children sort of my age. Huh. What do you know? Okay. Rubbing off the maple leaves. What have we got? 1972. Ha! Nice. 1972. Wow. That's nice. Boy, do the older coins ever look better than the newer ones. Man, that copper coin, you could still spend that. You could still spend that one. Not like the 2010 one I found in town. Man, that was nasty. That was crusty, rusty, horrid. This is beautiful. I'm very pleased to have that coin. I worked for it. Oh, yes, I did. All right. That's it for now. I'm going to go get myself cleaned up and then maybe do a little wrap up. Now, this is going in the good half of the pouch. All right. And there's the beautiful diamond water on the lake. Late afternoon up here in cottage country. I'll check back in when I've cleaned everything, including myself, up. Woohoo! I was just working my way back to the cottage, you know. It's been a while. But I'm just like a child with bedtime stories. Mommy, one more, just one more, just one more. Here's another coin. It looks green, so I'm thinking it's a penny, but it rang up a little bit lower. Oh, say, who's that? Where's that? There he is. Look at that. That's not the Queen. That's Abe Lincoln. I have got myself an American penny. Oh, sweet! It's a wheat penny. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Oh, wait till I tell Missouri Mike and Plugmaster Ford that I am in the running for Wheatie King. No, I guess Wheatie Queen. But with 1 wheat cent and being way up here in Ontario, I don't think I stand a chance of winning. But hey, this is a good-looking coin. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, wow. I'm excited. This is great. I'm definitely, this is going to be my last plug for the day. I am so tired and my back is hurting, but oh my gosh, this is fabulous. Look at how shiny he is. Let me see if I can see the date. Arg. I'm going to put it on the plug and try to zoom in. Can we focus enough to see? 1946. And I think that's an S. Or is it a D? Let's see if I can zoom in even closer. Oh, it's a 1946 D. Sweet! I am really happy with that. Oh boy, that just makes my day. Huh. And with American money versus Canadian money, old Abe here is worth 1.75 cents. No, that's not right. 1.3 cents. Yeah, it's about $1.30 of our dollars to yours. Oh my goodness. Well, hey, on that note, I'm just going to, I'm going to stop babbling, and I am going to go in, get cleaned up, get my finds cleaned up, and we'll do a wrap up. Thanks for sticking with me. Well, hello again, and welcome to the wrap-up of my after-rain hunt up here at the cottage. It was really interesting to note how the signals were popping much more. I look forward to detecting in the spring when the ground is really moist. Anyway, I found some very interesting things, as you recall, with the live digging and all my comments, but here's what it is all laid out for you. I got these nasty chunks of foil. Yuck, those rang up higher than they well, than I thought they should, but it is what it is. This also rang up. Interesting. It just looks like paper. Chocolate milk shake. It's a Tetra Pak, but all the cardboard has disintegrated, so we're left with plastic coated foil. That's not that old. It's got a UPC symbol on it, probably from the 90s. Again, tons and tons of iron. There's the monster lag bolt with his friends, the giant washers. That big old spike that I found near the batteries. A ton more rusty nails. This little iron strap. I have no idea what that came off. An iron grommet. 2, 4, 6, 8 bottle caps, including this one that's mashed flat. Boy, that rang up higher. That startled me. I thought it might be a nickel. Iron wire, coat hanger wire, but thinner. Boy, that was, I bent it up like that so it would fit in my pouch. Those 2 big old D-cell batteries. It's fascinating to note how the base of the battery doesn't corrode, but the rest of it, yuck. And this was the plastic wraps. You can see where they're kind of curved in, where they would fit around the profile of that battery. See? Those are going to go into the battery recycling. These I have to comment on. These are our friends. These are Robertson head screws. And I think I mentioned in my very first video that you don't have Robertson screws down in the States. And I pity you for that, because these are awesome. Because they have square holes, these do not slip. They're almost impossible to strip out. These are amazing Canadian inventions. The Robertson head screw. God bless Mr. Robertson, whoever he is and wherever he may be. He has made woodworking so much simpler for us north of the border. You're welcome to come up anytime and visit our hardware stores. Take home a whack of them. You won't regret it. But make sure you buy the screwdrivers at the same time. There you go. Shameless Canadian plug. I got 3 pull tabs. The old, the newer, and the newest. Unfortunately, the beaver tail was broken off in the plug. This one, my husband suggests, might be from a can of Molson Golden. That makes sense, the golden cap. I discovered that all that glitters is not gold. 2 aluminum vanes off the TV tower, the old TV antenna, which now serves as our flagpole. My awesome hunk of aluminum, or of copper tubing. I'm happy with that. I got 2 more of these little brass jobs. I found one much earlier. I recall that I whistled on it and it scared the dog, so it makes a very high-pitched peep that I can't hear, but I know that's not what those are for. I don't know what they are for. It looks as if they're like some kind of tie-downs, as if a cord went through here and one little something came out that slot. No idea. If you know, please comment. This, I reckon, is a piece of buckshot. It is ferrous. At first I thought it was a lead fishing weight because it's heavy and it's round. But no, I believe that to be buckshot. I'm not too happy about Bambi being hunted on our property, but there it is. This cool bottle cap, once I got the incrustations off it, I realized this is not off a bottle of wine. It's not one of those screw tops that break away. It's got a rim on it. So that tells me that it was off a bottle of bleach, a bottle of camp fuel, a can of camp fuel, perhaps a can of brass polish, although I don't think anybody would be polishing brass up here at the lake. Maybe, more likely, a can of camp fuel. The little plastic insert is falling out now. Yep, there it goes. So that's my first bottle cap that isn't a beer cap.
And the mystery beer cap is indeed from beer. I thought it might be Pepsi when I saw the red and blue, but there was something tweaking the back of my mind saying, nah, that's a beer cap, and you know what kind it is. And I couldn't remember, so I asked my hubby, who drank more beer in his teens than I did, and it's a Molson Canadian cap. So I showed you in a previous video some Molson Canadian caps that had the maple leaf on here. This is the older one. This is from the 70s, 80s, maybe 90s. I'm not up on my beer caps, but when I was first of legal age to drink, this is what a Molson Canadian beer cap looked like. Another square nail. This is the big brother of the one I found before. Again, why is there a square nail around a cottage that was built in the 1960s? But obviously it came from older lumber. And now to the really interesting finds. The big old horseshoe, which was a surface find, and I knew darn well it was up here because it was hanging on the TV mast. But now I get it cleaned up. I see what it reads. It says Diamond Official, Drop Forged, Toronto, Ontario. Number 194, maybe? 21418. Wow, I don't know. And type B. So this is a real honest to goodness pitching horseshoe. It's the serious goods. I don't know. I might just hang that up above the door of the outhouse, or the library, as my husband refers to it. So I don't really know where to go next. I've got so many wonderful things. Here's my 1972 penny. I put a touch of oil on it just to make the detail pop. Look at that. And this is the second portrait of the Queen that appeared on the 1-cent piece in Canada. The earlier one was more stylized, and she was wearing a laurel wreath. This is the first one that really was a proper portrait of her in my estimation, and this one came out in the late 60s. This is a 1972. I'll put it down and zoom in on it. Okay, focus now. Focus. Oh, shoot. Oh my goodness. Sorry about this, folksies. There we go. 1972. My wonderful Abe Lincoln. My 1946 D wheat penny. Wow, this camera's jumpy. It's my phone, I apologize. I'm going to pick this boy up and see if I can get him to focus on you. He focused better out in the field. There we go. That's a beautiful coin right there. I just put a touch of oil on it. I'm not used to the way your American coins are. You flip them over for the reverse. We have to flip ours side to side. There, I see there's still a tiny bit of detail on those wheat ears, maybe not on the tips, but not bad for being in the ground for probably 40 years anyhow, maybe as much as 50. 1946 D wheat penny. I'm glad to have that. Now that I've got it in focus, there's the 1972, and Canadian coins we flip side to side. And there's the beautiful Queen, Elizabeth II. So this is my mystery medal. I'm going to go to this one next. Boy, that cleaned up nicely. Look, you can still see the gilt on it. Ontario Championships, AAUFC. I tried to Google that, and I got references to Alcoholics Anonymous, I got references to University of Calgary, and the only reference I found to this was somebody else in Ontario had one for sale. But there's the Ontario Shield with the 3 maple leaves. There's 2 maple leaves on sticks there. Looks like, I don't know, Britannia maybe with an olive branch. or a laurel branch to welcome in the winning runner. It's obviously an athletics medal of some kind. There's no date on it that I can find. The back is plain, but the hanging loop is still on it. This is obviously brass or bronze. Boy, that rang up nicely. And I've got this awesome timer. Oh my goodness, this came out. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can get the whole thing. This thing, when I dug it out of the ground, as you saw, it looked kind of like this. I thought it was the lid of a can, and then all this doings came out with it. And this is brass, and one of the wheels, one of the cogs still spins. The rest are pretty much seized up. I asked my husband about this. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what that would have been used for. I didn't know if it might be something to do with the water pump to switch it on and off, or whether it was something to do with, gosh, I can't even tell, to switch on or off the dock light maybe. I haven't the faintest idea. The dial turns. Whether it's supposed to or not, I don't know. I couldn't get any detail off it. I tried to very gently clean it. I tried toothpicking, I tried a touch of oil, and there's nothing. So I'm thinking that there was a paper dial face, then there would have been some kind of covering on it, both of which have disintegrated. The winder's still there with the little plastic knob. This looks like 1960s to me. If it were earlier, it would only be because my parents-in-law owned it already. This cottage was built in 1960, so that's sort of the limiting factor. Anything I find that's older is an anomaly. That is cool. I'm very glad to have that. I love clockwork. This is sort of the ultimate steampunk pocket watch. And I saved for last my father-in-law's fishing lure. When I cleaned it, I could see that it read Meps Anglia, Meps Aglia, number 3. And then below it, it says British, French patent, U.S. pending. This wire, it doesn't respond to a magnet. I think this is silver. What else would be so uncorroded after decades in the ground? You see how the brass has corroded some, or whatever that is. That might be aluminum. That might be anodized aluminum. This is bronze or brass. And this is where the hook would be, and that is completely disintegrated. And here's this root, this determined little root. There's that root that grew right through the loop. So if this is that corroded, this has to be silver or something else that does not corrode. Crazy to think that a fish lure would have a silver wire. Maybe someone can check me on that and tell me what they know. Very cool. I'm so glad to have that. That's going to go up in the display shelf for sure. So thank you very much for coming with me and joining me here on the wrap-up. I'll give you a little view at the door. And there's little Urkel. He wants to come in, but when he's in, he wants to go out because it's just so beautiful out here. Hi, Urkel. Hi, Bubby. And there's our beautiful lake out the screen door. Thanks for joining me on Antie's Adventure Assortment. Bye for now.